You know, having a talent is so overrated. Not in the sense that it doesn't matter, just in the sense that no matter how much talent you have, that doesn't mean you're gonna be a step ahead of someone else who doesn't have as much talent as you. And what I recognize as someone who does, or someone who believes to have talent, I hear it all the time when people say, you have so much talent. And I'm really grateful for that. And I'm appreciative of that. And I'm very humble. But at the end of the day, when I started the social media stuff, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, I realized that many people, many artists, they don't have half the talent as me when it comes to technical skills, but they're so creative and they're able to showcase their work in a way where it's different, it stands out from the crowd. And for me, that's something I always wanted to do. I always wanted to be like that type of influencer or that artist that people look up to. And I realized I have to put in the work and I actually have to learn and be a student instead of a teacher all the time. Because yes, I know what I'm doing. I know how to tell you how to create this portrait, how to have these dark shadows, these dark values, but that doesn't mean I know how to be a content creator, how to be more comfortable, how to do these vlogs, you know? So it's just a lot that I still have to learn and I'm still a student of, but that doesn't mean that it's not possible. And same for you. Like, I don't know exactly what you want to do with your life. If you want to be an artist like me, if you want to be a fitness influencer, if you want to be a doctor, whatever it is. I think the best thing for you, like the best mindset you can have, is to actually try and be different. Study yourself, study what other people are doing, seeing how it works for them, and give it a try yourself. Some things might not work for you, some things might work for you, but once you find that one thing, I mean, you're set. My name is Michael Riley. I'm a portrait artist. Well, I like to say I'm a portrait artist, but I do everything. I oil paint. I don't just draw portraits or don't just create portraits. I create other things as well. And this is my first time actually doing some type of drawing, late night drawing session. It is, what time? It is, wait, hold on. It is 12:36 in the morning. Why am I up this late? I'm usually in bed around 10. But you know, today I thought, why not record, you know, do something I've never done before. And that's what I'm doing right now. All right, there we go. I'm not used to recording and drawing at the same time, so this is my first time. So when I do have to put in something, I might be a little quiet. I just don't want to mess this up because this is a commission I'm working on and I'm loving how it's turning out so far, so I cannot mess anything up. But yes, like I was saying, I am an artist. I'm 24 from Atlanta, you know, A-Town. And I just love drawing, you know? It's what I do, it's what I love. And I just have so much knowledge, I feel like, that I can share with you all. And it's hard keeping everything in my head. I just need to let things out. I need to talk to people. I need to get this message out there. And that's what I'm trying to do now. A little bit about this drawing right here. You're probably wondering what the heck is going on. What is this drawing? Why are these two papers right here on your drawing? I did this to actually protect my drawing. Here, let me show you. Oh, I hope I don't mess this up. Here we go. So under here, I have the body of the subject in the middle. Here we go. Basically, this drawing is a commission by someone very special to me, who has taught me a lot, honestly. And if you don't recognize this drawing already, this is an experiment. This is a real image that I'm drawing or just recreating. It's of a boy pointing to a doll, and I think it's called like the doll test. Basically, they had a Caucasian doll and a black doll. Caucasian, why did I say Caucasian? A white doll. I know I'm trying to be proper. I don't gotta be proper in this video. A white doll and a black doll, and they held it up to the boy or to kids, and they were like, I don't know what was the question, but I guess they asked which one would you play with or which one would you choose. And all the black kids, they chose the white doll. And this was during the 60s. Yeah, I think the 60s. And basically the whole test was to show how race plays a big role in America, the indoctrination of, you know, race and how they push a beauty standard, a certain race of that beauty standard, and that's where the test came from. That's my best way of explaining it. But if you want to have a better explanation, just look up the doll test. I highly recommend you looking it up, especially if you're from America, because it's a part of, history and something we should know about as well. The mediums I am using in this drawing is graphite. I will be using charcoal for the walls in the background. Everything that's not colored is graphite. The browns is colored pencil. It's my actually first time using colored pencil of this scale. And you know what? This is the biggest graphite drawing I've ever done in my life. So this is actually very exciting for me and something that I do look forward to once I'm, done with it and once it's completed. But I love how it's turning out. I was nervous because I didn't know how this was going to turn out or the doll itself was going to turn out. It's turned out pretty well so far. There's a lot more I have to do, but I do plan on getting this done sometime soon, hopefully. But I just don't know how long this is going to take me. I do want to go back to what I was saying about talent and just being an artist. I personally feel like that everyone is an artist, honestly. It's just, how do you express your art, How do you showcase or share your art? And not many people do share their art. Me, it took me a long time to share my art, but once I did, it helped me become more comfortable in other things in my life instead of just trying to gatekeep or keep all my art to myself. And I believe all art should be shown. I know people are nervous and shy, but it's a gift you have, no matter what it is. And people want to see it, even if you don't think they do. They want to see it, trust me. I learned that the hard way. I joined TikTok pretty late, I would say, like 2022, 2023. And I felt like if I were joined a little bit earlier, I would have been like over 1 million followers. But, it is what it is. You live and you learn. But you are an artist. Like, I don't care if you're into fashion, if you're into photography, if you're into just interior design, whatever it is, just decorating your wallpaper on your iPad. Like, you're an artist. Everyone is an artist. It's just, how do you express that artistic endeavors? How do you express yourself artistically through what you do or what you love to do? And there's no one way of doing things. There's always different ways. And that's the mindset you have to have, because just like success, people talk about success. What does that look like? There's no one way of getting to that financial success or that fame, wherever you want to get to. There's so many different avenues you can take. People think there's a blueprint. That's why you have those videos on YouTube where it's like, how to become famous and how to become rich in 2025. No, there's no specific blueprint. There's just different things you can take from here and there and form it into your own life and see how that works out for you. This is kind of related. I'm a random person. So I remember posting a video on TikTok and I was basically saying, hey, I'm an expert in drawing with a ballpoint pen and this is how you should draw. And then I would get this comment from this one person. Every time he'd be like, oh, you're no expert. No one's an expert in drawing with a pen, because, you didn't hold the pen right. I'm just like, shut up, man. Like, no one asked you. And I was going to respond, but I decided not to, because no response is a response. And I felt like I didn't want to go as low as that person did. There's nothing wrong with sharing your opinion, but it was just how that person shared their opinion. It was very like, oh, you're no expert, kind of bashing me. And at first, things like that got to me, but over time, I became numb to it. And it's more about that person and not necessarily about you. So if you get bad comments, I know you're going to focus on it, but try to remember it's about that person and not about you. When I posted that video saying I am an expert in drawing with a ballpoint pen, I believe I'm an expert. I still believe that. Other people might not believe that, but it's really up to them, how they want to interpret it, what they believe. For me, I see myself, like, I love myself. I feel like I'm an expert at anything I do, even when I'm not. That's just how I am, and that's just what it's going to be. If you don't like it, you don't like it. You can let me know you don't like it, or you just keep it to yourself. Either way, I'm not going to care, And I don't think you should care either. No matter what you do in life, you're going to get negative comments. I don't care if you're working a 9 to 5, if you're very introverted and you just sit at home, read books all day. People are going to make comments about you or think certain things about you. and their interpretation of you doesn't matter, because you're never going to truly know what someone thinks. They might tell you, oh, I think this about you. You're so lazy. You're so lame. Or you look good. You're a beautiful person. But you never know what they're going to think, because you're not in their head. You're not them. They can say things. They might be lying. They might not be, but you'll never know. So how you view yourself is different from how others view you. So don't get caught up in people's opinions and thoughts. It's good to know and have some sort of detachment from it, but also recognize if it's something that you need to focus on yourself, or just ignore it and keep moving on. So although everything that's black and white is graphite, for the walls, I think I said already, I'm gonna put charcoal. And the reason why I'm putting charcoal in the background is because charcoal, it spreads a lot easier to create like a more cohesive shading or more cohesive tone in the background. So that's the only part that's really gonna have charcoal, is the wall, the background. I really love how this sign turned out. It says white only, and it's just so clean. I didn't know how I was gonna make the lettering like super straight, super clean line work, but it worked. And I'm glad it turned out that way. And what I like to do when I'm working on a drawing, especially on a wall, because most of the time I work on the drawing on my table and I have to look over it and then my back hurts. But I'm so glad I put this drawing of this size on a wall. And what I like to do is step back, admire it, look at my reference image, and make sure that everything looks right, all the values look right, and then come back in. And if I see something I need to work on, I'll just, shade that in and work on that. And I'm not new to drawing, but I am still kind of new with content creation and creating these videos. And I might sound weird. I don't know if I'm talking natural or not, but hopefully over time, I will be more comfortable in front of the camera. And this is a sign to just do what you want to do. Do what you've been thinking about doing, because at the end of the day, it's either you're going to start or not going to start. Some people just think and think and think about what they want to do or what they plan on doing, but never get around to it. Just start. You're going to be bad at first, most likely, and that's okay, because all your favorite content creators, everyone knows Mr. Beast. The best vloggers that you love, they all started somewhere, and you got to start somewhere too. Even with drawing, I wasn't always as good with drawing. I remember when I was like in high school or middle school, I just could not draw worth of shit, right? But the more I practice, the more I stay consistent, I've gotten so much better. And now I'm so confident to do a drawing of this size. And man, I'm loving how it's turning out. Some questions I get a lot is, how long have you been drawing? I get this question all the time. I've been drawing my whole entire life. Ever since I remember like picking up a pencil and drawing when I was like 5 years old. That's how long I've been drawing. There's times where I took breaks, like my preteens, my teens, I took a little bit breaks, like months. But then I always got back to it because it's something I always loved. And then once I got to high school, that's when I really discovered ballpoint pen drawing, and I started doing that. And I just love drawing with a ballpoint pen. That's like one of my favorite mediums. And now I still do ballpoint pen, but I also venture out to other things, like right now, colored pencil. I've been using graphite my whole entire life. I'm sure like every artist has. And then, oil painting, watercolor, all types of stuff. But I'm loving how this drawing turned out so far. I do have so much to do and it is stressful, but take it one day at a time. If you take stuff one day at a time and you make a little progress, before you know it, you're gonna wake up one day and realize how far you've come. And it's coming together. I can't complain. I'm so grateful for my gift. I'm so grateful for the opportunity to like live my passion and share my artistic passion with other people and do things for other people, like this amazing commission. And I want you guys to remember that at the end of the day, you only have you. You have to be selfish in certain ways. You have to be selfish in a way to focus on your health, your mental health, and believe and tell yourself that you can create something amazing, that you can create anything that you want to create and fall in love with it and share it with the world, because the world deserves to see your work and your artwork. I'm not gonna lie, I really enjoy this like vloggy type of art thing while I'm working on my art. and I'm sharing you guys like my process and sharing with you all my thoughts, because I'm an introverted person by nature, I feel like. And I need an outlet, and this is my new outlet, I guess. You know, as I'm drawing and I'm just thinking about things to say, I don't know why this came up in my mind so randomly, but when I was in middle school, I had an English class, and there was this other artist. She was a girl in the same class as me, and everyone loved her artwork. Like, she was a portrait artist, so it was just me and her out of the whole class who was really like true artists and really had talent. And I remember, like, people always talked about her whenever we would draw. They would like say, "Oh my gosh, her art's so amazing, so talented. Did you see her art? Like, her portrait, so amazing." But no one really gave me those compliments as much, and I kind of felt envious in a way. But as I got older, and the more I learned, people are gonna like what they like, and that doesn't mean you're not good. So as I got older, as I started to actually hone in on my technical skills, I'm 100% positive that she can't draw like me now. She can't. I'm just saying, she can't draw like me. I'm one of a kind. But honestly, I hope she's doing well, and I hope she's still creating art, because she was talented. Although I didn't think she was more talented than me. But hey, that's subjective. But that's just a lesson. You know, you're gonna find yourself being jealous or envious of certain things. But you do have to remember, everyone has their own journey. And just because everything seems real nice on that side, that everything seems greener on that side, it's not necessarily greener all the time. You don't know what problems they're dealing with. You don't know what mental stuff they have going on. You don't know what they have to sacrifice to get where they want to be. So at the end of the day, focus on you. Stop focusing on other people so much. It's so hard when we have social media. It's so hard. Like, why I say it like that? No, it's so, you know what I mean? It's difficult. It's real difficult out here. When you have to open your phone and you just get flooded with content. It's content after content. And sometimes you just need to relax, sit back, read a book, listen to some jazz, you know, draw. Light a candle, turn on your ambient lighting or whatever it is. Clear your mind, you know, do things that are therapeutic to you. Treat yourself to like a massage. You could hire those masseuses that comes to your home. Whatever, just make sure that your mental health, your physical health is on point. And remember, dopamine is good, but overstimulation with like dopamine and this content, social media, is too much. Like, you need to tone that down. You need to balance your dopamine levels and not get too caught up on all this external things in the world, the news, the media, whatever it is. And just at least take an hour of your day to yourself, run a hot bubble bath, relax, meditate, close your eyes, and give yourself affirmations and just wind down, you know. People say I'm so random when I do talk, and I really am. Like, I noticed that. That's just who I am, and I'm owning it. And that's why I'm doing this video, sharing my personality, sharing my talent, sharing who I am. But yeah, I appreciate all of you guys for watching. Please, like, let me know or give me ideas when it comes to like content, how I can make this more engaging. I didn't want to really edit this too much. I just want to show you guys that I'm just like you. I make mistakes, I stutter, whatever it is. So please let me know what I can do better. How can I make this better for you as a viewer? And I really appreciate you watching. Remember, just focus on yourself. Be the best version you can be. Peace out.